Hello all my fellow noobsters out there, it's me, Texas PK, the NoobCrafter. Um, I decided to go down and do a little resource gathering in a cave that I happened across. I normally don't like caving very much, but I needed to get some cobblestone and some other things. And along the way I found something pretty good. Better than even axolotls or any other mobs. Do you see it? Diamonds. Yes! Diamonds are probably one of the most important resources. You can use them to make tools and other armor and things like that. And so before we get started with our project today, I think I'm going to go gather me some diamonds. Once I do, I'll see you back up top. Four. Nice. Oh, look what I found. Another axolotl. Well, I'm heading back to the surface. I might as well grab me the yellow one. Alright, now that we've got that taken care of, it's time for us to get ready to start working on our build for today, which is going to be a fishing hut. But before we do that, I wanted to share why I think fishing is such a great part of the game, especially early on, as you're trying to gather the best tools and resources. Besides having a good, reliable source of food from the fish, it also has great loot that you catch as you're fishing. And take a look in this chest and you'll see exactly what I mean. I mean, look at all these enchanted bows and fishing rods and all the other stuff. Everything here is stuff I caught, except for the tridents. But you see, I just started with a basic fishing rod. Within a few minutes, though, I caught this really great fishing rod, and it's the one that caught all this loot for me. But as great as this stuff is, it's really trash in comparison to the real reason I like fishing. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Take a look in this chest right here. All these enchanted books are things I caught. And they got some great enchantments. I mean, look, mending is on this one. Mending again. Mending. Silk touch. I mean, these are the best enchantments in the game. And I got that just by taking 3 sticks and 2 pieces of string and caught all of this. This is going to take the game to the next level. If I put this on like that, if I built a diamond pickaxe and put some of these enchantments on there, it's going to be awesome. That's why I like fishing, and that's why I think it's important to do it, especially early in the game until you establish yourself. So we're going to build a fishing hut today, and we're going to do it so we have a safe place to fish, get all this great loot, and have a nice place to hang my hat as we start the game. Alright, well with that, let me show you where we're going to get started. Okay, so I think this is going to be a good location for a fishing hut. Just kind of going up along the shore here, and kind of having a building that starts here and then comes back down and turns left along the shore. I think that's going to be a perfect place for a fishing hut. It makes sense anyways, right? Have this nice little bay, kind of pocket of water here next to the river. Great place to fish. It's where I've been fishing the whole time anyways. And then it'll leave room for other things that could use the same waterway. So what I was thinking of is having a building that's up on stilts, extending partway out into the water, partway on land. The main building here, and then coming over here having a little fishing dock extending out into the water. And then having it to where a path extends from that side. So I think we'll start with the dock here and moving out. So let's take a look at our building materials. Like I said, this is going to be kind of a medieval feel. And so there's going to be several wood tones that we're going to be primarily working with, and cobblestone as well. I was thinking we'd use the oak logs as like supports and use cobblestone as kind of a foundational work. I like to use white wool to throw in a little change of color, so you don't have all the same wood tones. It could get a little boring that way. So that's what we're looking at. I kind of want to also have a thatched roof look, and I was thinking maybe if we use the birch wood planks or stair steps and that sort of thing, it would help make it look like a thatched roof, but we'll kind of play that by ear and see how that goes. Alright, so let's start with the oak logs, and we're going to put in some stilts into the water, I think starting here, That way I make sure we don't go out too far into the water. We'll start with the fishing dock and then work our way that way. So let's see, I think we'll start right here and start putting in our stilts out into the water. Okay. First one goes right here. But if you think about it, you never would put a wood beam onto sand. So I think what we'll do is take out that sand and replace it with some cobblestone. Give it a nice strong support. I mean, think about it, in real life that's what you'd do, right? You'd never build right on top of sand. So let's kind of make it look natural if I can get in the right place. Hold on. Okay, so we'll replace that sand with cobblestone, and I'm going to do that all the way around. As we extend into the water, we'll kind of put a cobblestone base of 1 or 2 or 3 blocks, whatever looks good. And so I'll do that. I'm going to place all the different stilts, and I'll come back once that's done. Alright, here we go. I'll see you in a sec. Alright, so I think the main part of the fishing dock is done. I'm using spruce planks, the half the slabs, to just kind of make a gradual step up. It really blends well with oak tones, but I want a half step up here as well, so we'll get rid of those and put the wood slabs right here. Oh, misplaced, hold on. Alright, so put the slabs right here, so there's a gradual step up from the dock into the main part of the house, which is going to be going that way. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I think we need to extend the oak columns one more. That way we can put like a, I don't know, like a fence rail or something. And then do the same thing for each part of the main part of the house and extend that up. So I'm going to do that for each of the other main supports, and then I'll be right back. Alright, let me get on with that. Alright, with one last slab, I think we're done. Yeah, that's a good start for our base, isn't it? I really like how the floor looks. It's definitely going to be safer. I was attacked constantly by drowns. I guess that's one of the dangers of building and survival in the water. Alright, but now it's time to start working on the walls. So I could go with either spruce. I kind of like working with spruce. I think it'd be a nice color for the walls. Let's do a color palette here. Put down the spruce. Then I'm going to have the oak logs continue up as supports. It's kind of a rustic build, right? So we want to, not really log cabin, but you know, that kind of feel, that kind of vibe. So let's see what it looks like. If we go and put these in there, oh, I need some dark oak planks. So grab them here at the, put them down here just to do a sample. We'll start with 8. How does that look? Yeah, the spruce almost looks too close to the oak tones. I kind of like the contrast more of the dark oak. Yeah, I think that works better. I think the difference in color would kind of make a nice a contrast. So let me remove these spruce the spruce planks. We can use that somewhere else. And I think we'll go with the dark oak, except, you know what? I think I have an idea. I like the color, but I think we're going to go with something else besides the planks. So let me remove those, and I'm going to need to go over to the crafting table to make what I need here. I think we're going to try something with stair steps. I mean, we might be noob here, but it doesn't mean we don't want things to look interesting and good. So I'm going to try a few different ideas on kind of textures and 3D effects just to see what it is, challenge myself and try something new. Alright, so I'm going to try that out. I'll put it in and I'll show you what I'm thinking and see what you think. Alright, I'll be back once that's in place. Alright, the walls are in, and if you look behind me you can see that I used upside down staircases at the bottom of my walls. I know I'm probably not the first person to have done that, but it's new for me. So I'm kind of proud of how it looks. I also did it at the top of the wall, but I'm not entirely sure of that. That's a good thing about Minecraft, though. If you don't like something, you can always take it out and change it for something else. I also went and put the beginnings of a fireplace chimney over there in the corner. We'll deal with that once we start working on the interior, though. But with that, it's time to start working on the roof. I'm thinking of having two different directions on the roof that meet in an L shape. Where the change of direction in the house is, and doing kind of an outline with cobblestone staircases, alternating from upside down to right side up, to kind of make just a, that kind of traditional 45-degree angle roof where they meet in the middle, and then put in there, like I was saying before, birch staircases to make it look like it's a thatched roof. But if we're going to use cobblestone staircases, we're going to need something special. Let's go over to the crafting table and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And of course what I'm talking about is the stone cutter. The recipe for it requires 3 stone and 1 iron. That's why I have the furnace over here. I'm smelting up some of the cobblestone into stone. I don't have silk touch tools at this point, but so the only way to do is with the furnace. That'll be different soon. But in the meantime, we will smelt up the stone we need here, and then come to our recipe. Where did it? Oh, there it is. Alright, stone cutter. There we go. Oh, there it is. I see it now. Take that, and I'm going to take it and put it right next to our furnace so that we can cut up our staircases. Let me get the last couple out of there, and we'll smelt up some sand into glass. We're going to need that later on for our builds, so we'll have that running while we're doing some other stuff here. Alright, so let's go ahead and make some cobblestone staircases. And you can see it's a 1-to-1 on the stone cutter, and that is great. In comparison, if you come over here to the to the workbench, you can see that the recipe for cobblestone stairs is 6 cobblestone blocks for 4 stairs. That's 50% more efficient on the stone cutter. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make 32 cobblestone stairs so that we can use that. We're probably going to need more than that, but it's a good place to start, and we'll use that to make the staircases we need to get started. Alright, I'm going to take that over to the other side of the house here and start working on our roof. We're going to do kind of a simple A-frame, if you will, with alternating, I should say, upside down and right side up staircases. Once I got that in place, I'll show it to you and see how it looks. Alright, so it's pretty standard, but I want to try something a little different here in the middle. I'm going to take and do an upside down staircase. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think I'm going to go up on top and do one right side up, right opposite to it. Kind of give it a nice little peek. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the roof. Kind of follow that pattern all the way down, using birch after the cobblestone there until it meets up with the other roof. And we'll see how it looks. Back in a minute. Okay, as it is in a lot of things in life, if you're unsure about something, it's good to take a step back and look at it from a different angle. Boy, that roof, the birch just is too bright. I don't think I like that. Yeah, I think I might need to change it out. Maybe try oak. Let me compare the two side by side. Oh yeah, that's definitely better. Oak's definitely the way to go. Okay, so the roof's all done. Well, no, now it's all done. Uh, yeah, I kind of like how that turned out. Oak was definitely the way to go. Now all that's left is to go around and do a little bit of detailing around the edges of the roof, maybe on the front side there. I'm going to put wool up above the windows there and the kind of that space between the roof and the top of the wall. Not sure about that indent there. I did an upside down staircase. I'll have to think about. Have to think about that. Yeah, I guess all that's left now is to do the detailing. Okay, so the wool's added in, and I think that looks pretty good. Roof looks kind of plain, but you know what? I have an idea. Something to kind of change things up a little bit. What if we took some of these staircases and swapped them around a little bit? Just kind of change things up. This is pretty standard the way it is, but if we go in and where'd the staircase go? Oh, okay. I'll get that later. But if we go and flip it this way, and just take a look at that, and did that on each of these, just kind of take out that and flip it. Just change things up from what you normally expect. That sort of thing can kind of add a little extra interest and a little extra dimension that you weren't expecting. What does that look like? Let me do this one, and then we can step back and take a look. But I have a feeling that's going to look pretty good. Clear this out of the way. I'll grab that staircase real quick. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it makes the white part a little smaller, but it adds an extra three-dimensional effect to the roof line. I kind of like that. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do that all the way around, and I'll probably change the eaves there as well to be cobblestone. I think that would look better. Okay, I'm probably also going to go in and start doing some mossy variants. That's another great detail to add in. Yeah, I think we'll do that, and so when you come back, hopefully we'll have all those details done too. Alright, well that finishes our build. I've got all the finishing details put on, and I think it looks pretty good. So let me give you a quick tour and show you what we've got going on with our quaint little fishing hut. Well, to start off here on our back porch, I put a nice little, I guess you'd call it guardrail or safety rail using spruce fences. I also put some oak fence posts along the edges of the eaves just to kind of make it look like they're supported a little more. I used a spruce door for both our front and back door. I also put some lanterns in. I think that looks a little nicer than just putting in torches. If you've got the iron nuggets to do it, you might as well, right? Puts a nice touch to it. Now the stairway is going to come down to what will eventually be a village pathway once we start putting in more of the build. Don't really have anywhere to take it yet, so I'm not going to put those in until the time is right. I also went and put in some sugarcane to kind of look like river weeds, I guess you could say it. And I want this one to stay short. This one I don't mind if it grows real tall, but this one I wanted to stay short. So what I did, I don't know if you can see it, is I put some string over it. That'll keep any plant that normally grows from growing any bigger, whether it's a tree, sapling, or sugarcane, or any of those things. And I put one over there and on the other side as well. I also put in some lily pads, and I bone mealed the river floor to kind of have it regrow some of the seagrass that I kind of accidentally had knocked out when I was putting in our stilts for our deck and for the house, just to kind of give it a little more life again. And I put on our deck a nice little entryway so that if you go swimming or if you have a boat, there's an easy way to get back up on the dock. I did leave off any sort of railing, so if I wanted to, I could jump out into the water or go fishing from here. But I didn't want to have it be to where I go in all the time. I wanted a nice way to stop it from feel like I'm going to fall in as I'm coming up out of our front door here onto the dock. You'll also notice that on top of each of the stilts I put a spruce trapdoor. I think that's a nice touch to kind of put a finishing detail on our build. It makes it look good, and I really like the iron straps, I guess you'd call it, across the top of that. You'll notice I also continued the supports here, and I put in the mossy variants all the way around. I have a little overhang here just to kind of keep you if it's raining from getting wet, and also putting in some more lanterns across this way. When we come inside, we can see that I have a nice little trip wire hook to kind of act like I guess a coat hanger or something like that. Just a nice little detail. Put glass panes in for windows all the way around, just to kind of put a finishing touch to it. I also went in and put some workstation here for ourselves. Put in a fishing barrel, put in a crafting table here, and a furnace. And now I probably would like to put a few more workstations in here. Like I would probably put a cauldron or maybe some extra fishing barrels, except for the fact that I'm planning on putting villagers in each of these different buildings eventually. Could have them like a trading situation. Anytime you start adding in extra workstations, you kind of complicate that. So I wanted to try and keep it simple. I also put in a fireplace right here. All it is a campfire with cobblestone slabs around the bottom to make it look like a mantle. I put in some stairs above it and continued up the chimney with just some cobblestone blocks, and at the very top I put a cobblestone wall. Now if you look at the ceiling, I just went and put in some oak stair steps and also some slabs just to give it an even, nice feel so it's not like an exposed roof. I put in another tripwire hook over here by the back door. You need a place to hang your hood on both sides. I also put in a painting, and in order to get that painting to just be the simple one square, all I had to do was just put some dirt or other temporary blocks around each side so it forced it into a smaller size. Of course, I put my bed right here so I have somewhere to sleep. And as we go out the door, we have a fishing rod and an item frame here, so we always have our fishing rod ready to go. And I put a nice little, I guess you'd say, a work desk, so you can write letters or just sit and reflect upon the day and look out the window as we continue to expand and grow our village. Nice little pot with a tulip in it, some extra storage chests here on either side, and, well, an item frame. Well, what in the world would you possibly want an item frame for in a fishing hut? Well, it is a fishing hut. What does every fishing hut need? Well, we're going to go fishing, and that's what it's all here for, right? And what does every fishing hut need? Ah, got it first try. First catch of the day. First catch of our new fishing hut. And so we need to put in our trophy fish. Perfect. That way we can always look at it and remember all the great catches we've had in our fishing hut. Well, that's it for me. This build is all done. I've had a lot of fun doing it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, make sure you hit like down below. And if you want to leave some suggestions on different decorating ideas that I could add into our build, I'd greatly appreciate it. I love new ideas. I think it looks pretty good right now, but I always can take some good suggestions if you got some. Well, like I said, I hope you had a good time. This has been Texas PK. I'll see you next time. Be good to each other. I'm going to do a little more fishing.